And we're live. Thanks for jumping into the members only stream of Stay on Target. If you're a member, thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys so much. We couldn't do this show without you guys. And you guys are the reason we keep coming back every week because we love having great conversations with you guys. Tamergan says, hello there. Bismo says, General Kenobi. Tamergans. Yes, everybody's having a good time. What's up? What's up, Biz? What's up, Tamergans? Thank you guys for jumping in.
Can you guys answer why there's like the different, like, see the symbols next to the thing?
Yeah, we're like,
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, what are these crown things, guys?
It's kinda
We're
cool.
learning live as members. We know we can trust you guys because you guys help us out a lot.
You guys are so smart.
You
You,
guys
might
are-
be the
yeah.
smartest people on the planet.
Yeah, you guys are definitely way smarter than we are. Yeah, I haven't seen the crown things. So
Yeah, Bismo's just
interesting.
happy to be able to hang for once.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
How's post graduation treating you?
Dude, you feel like a new man.
Yeah,
A new
seriously.
man.
Congratulations again. What an achievement, accomplishment.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome, dude. You
You-
killed it. And did YouTube and like full school for a long time. Just impressive. Hats off to
Very.
you.
Most
Oh, man.
impressive.
Business said it happened middle of last stream. Yeah, he said, I have no idea. Come
Huh.
on, YouTube. What are we doing now? Yeah, Tamergus is wondering the same thing.
Maybe we achieved something. I don't know.
What did we achieve?
I don't know. We
I think YouTube's just putting something new out there. So,
It must be. Dude, there was a thing I saw. We got to celebrate like when we get to our a certain milestone. Did you see that? What we were talking about the other day. If you go to our channel, it talks about how many, it shows you like how many videos you've got. And then if you
on, like,
click on the more,
Yeah.
it shows how many total like lifetime views. And we're at like 648,000.
Dang, that's pretty
I-
good for us. 648,000.
For that many videos, somebody would probably rip on us. Be like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys suck. You should have done that after 7
We've
videos.
literally got that comment before too, and I was
Yeah.
like, dang.
It's like, really? Is that worth it? But Bismo's already got 17 million views.
Oh yeah, dude.
But-
Bismo's always killing it.
Oh, yeah. But
Bismo, you're awesome.
you are awesome, Bismo. And that's why we're ready for you to lead us into the future now with all of your smarts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
No, we need you.
We need you to lead us
We need
to
you
the
to lead us to the
moon.
finish line.
I'm setting up the tier list, though, because that's
Yeah.
what we're promising here, Dustin.
Yeah, we are. We're going to do a new tier list of Star Wars shows and where they rank. And we're keeping it Andor all together as one whole show, correct?
We can do it either way. I downloaded a couple of different images to go with it. But
I don't know. I feel like it's fair to do it as one.
As
whole,
one.
because I mean that's kind of what it was intended for. So,
Okay.
and I think it simplifies it in some ways. Because I mean, we're not going to break down with Mandalorian. I mean, we could for nitpicks, but I think we need to take it all into consideration because that is what they gave us as far as shows go. So, shows goes, nose goes.
Shows goes, nose goes.
So yeah, Dan's working on that right now. Hopefully
There
you
we
guys
go.
enjoyed the previous stream. We had a lot of fun with that one.
Oh my goodness.
It's great talking Andor again, and I am actually really excited that they are talking Sebastian Stan. I do really believe.
You like that guy?
I believe that they could do it again, given the right director, the right writer for that series. You got to give them something good to work with. It doesn't matter what actor you put in there. If you give them nothing to work with, then it's not going to be successful. So, oh man, any other words, Dan? You want to break down while we're getting set up here?
I gotta figure it out, man.
You know what? We should just pose the question to the chat. What words bother you guys? Are there any
do you
other
have
words
words that
or like
bother you? Yeah.
vernaculars that like just bug you?
I don't
I don't-
know. I feel like,
Like television obviously bugs you.
well,
Yeah.
it started to recently because people, I feel like what I should do is like what supports the point that I'm making there. Because the problem is I just make these outrageous claims that is a totally useless word.
It's
But
good
it's not-
television when you do that.
It's controversial, but it's not completely unfounded. It's from listening to
Yeah,
people.
I want to know the context of
Right.
where the rant initially started.
Yeah,
so I can grasp where you're coming
Exactly.
from.
Yeah, and I don't have time to even explain it because I probably couldn't. No, I could if I dug.
So the rant is even funnier then.
Yeah,
That makes
that's
it
always
funnier.
so
It's just
funny.
the point that like it's like the Jerry Seinfeld thing. But if I were gonna be a comedian, I'd have to defend the point as a comedian on the stage.
And,
And
and call it its like hypocrisy and
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and just like how silly it is if you really think about it, right? And I heard that somebody said that different, or what comedy is just telling you the difference between the way things are and the way that they should be.
Right.
That's all comedy is, if you break it down.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just somebody pointing out what is, and then pointing out what it should be. But it's so funny in between.
It's observational humor, and it's observational humor and obvious humor.
Yeah, and the more you can relate to it, the funnier it is.
Exactly.
So, like if they're talking about being a parent and the things you have to do with kids, or then
Right.
when you're a parent, you get it. Or when you're a college kid and they're talking about college, or when they're talking about when you were a kid. We were all kids once. Why did we all go stand outside and dare each other to stare at the sun? It's like, why were we doing that? To go blind. But
Bismo says one word he dislikes is cringe.
cringe.
That's so cringe. Yeah, I dislike that.
right, because there's
sometimes, too.
certain. Sometimes maybe it's just when certain people say it. That's annoying.
Yeah.
But is it certain?
You know what bugs me? But it really it doesn't bug me to the fact that I get annoyed by it. But it's more of just like a grammatical thing. These ones. You don't need ones. You don't need a plural at
These
the end
ones,
of
yeah,
that
right.
If you already said these.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
You
true.
don't even need ones. I mean, you just need to say
Yeah.
these. But everybody does it. So it doesn't bug me. It's just one of those things that it's like, you didn't need to say ones. But I think it's even accepted in culture as overall. I just find it to be silly. But it sometimes you're trying to say something specific. You're not like these. It's I think some people think of it as these ones, which again,
I don't think
these.
I think grammatically,
you don't-
what you're saying is actually I mean, it is grammatically correct, but I think it's like it's an error on a test if you said it that way.
right.
Or people use further and farther interchangeably.
Yeah, there's a hilarious show. If you guys have never seen this, I'm gonna give them a shout out right now. Freelancers, it's free on YouTube, and there's a hilarious thing that goes on where this one guy is like totally ripping on her for her grammatical, and she's all about like getting everything right, grammatical errors and stuff like that. And she's getting ripped on by this guy. He's like, metaphorical distance. And she's like, what is that?
Right.
It's so funny. If you guys haven't seen
Is that further and farther?
yeah,
That's the
further and farther. Yeah,
yeah.
She used it in the wrong context. So funny, dude. Oh man.
I don't know. It's why do we get so passionate about certain things? It's
I know.
because certain things break rules, and when they break rules and we know that it breaks rules and we follow the rules, that makes us mad. Right? And then
Yeah. Oh, actually, another one. Tamarkins has one here. And
Okay.
Bismo was saying this word. He said the word itself makes me cringe.
Oh, yeah.
Cringe makes him cringe. That's good.
that
man.
makes sense.
And then Tamarkins says, I hate when people say could have instead of could have. Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Grammar matters. Yes, grammar does matter because in this context, and punctuation matters. I always use the example, which is hilarious. Let's eat grandma, or let's eat, grandma. They mean two very different
They
things.
do mean two very different things. Good point.
Yeah, could have, says KG. What's up, KG? Thanks for jumping in. Glad you're here with us.
Some of it's some of it's just
Yeah,
social.
KG's asking the same thing. What is the purple XP thing beside the names? We were wondering that same thing.
we
We
must
don't
have
know.
we must have crossed some amazing threshold.
Yeah,
like,
they're not even talking about it though.
Like for you, you're trying to find out.
Yeah, I'm trying to
fact
figure
checker?
it out.
Okay.
it is a mystery, people. But
Hey,
I'm glad
Skylark.
we're all experiencing this together. What's up, Skylark?
Thanks for jumping in.
Hello, good.
We're gonna get into this tier list here real soon.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm
We were
pretty
just talking about-
pretty much done.
We were just talking about words that people dislike. The other one I dislike, and I feel like it's more of where we moved to,
Mhm.
but it's the improper use of have seen. A lot of people where we live in Hoth say, I seen this. Very inaccurate. Whenever you say I seen, there has to be a have. I have seen this, not I seen that. I don't know. That one
Yeah.
bugs me.
Yeah.
It doesn't like bug me like I'm gonna be upset by it, but it's just like
You cringe at it.
I cringe at it. Yes, thank you,
Ooh.
fact checker.
Sorry, Bismo.
But again, it's
Yeah.
not. Again, these things aren't like they're like very minor pet peeves. Not even like I'm not gonna say anything to anybody about.
Right,
it.
you're not
It's
gonna, like-
worth having a conversation.
You're not going to
about.
defriend them because they say
no,
that. Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm sure I say things that make people cringe all the time. How many times can we say cringe tonight? I think.
Oh no, don't go for a new record. Because Mo's
Yeah.
gonna unsubscribe.
Yeah. Some people don't like whenever you say moist. Some people just dislike that
The word.
word in general.
Yeah.
Like my wife's friend does not, one of her best friends growing up does not like that word, which is
Huh.
funny.
Skylark said the purple icon is something about XP. If you click
Oh,
on it, it's a
yeah.
rating system.
Community leaderboard. So it's about maybe number of chats or something.
So are we making us compete against each other
Yeah,
now?
what is that?
Why would
say-
YouTube do that?
Here, there's a question.
We can
mark.
probably shut it off. We can probably
A
just
place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges and live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again.
Well, they probably should have told us that before
I
we
know,
pit
I
everybody
know.
against each other. You've turned them against me.
We can turn it off. I can turn it off.
Yeah, moist is better
I'm
than
going to raise my XP. Skylark, she's gaming the system already.
you are just so
Yeah,
smart.
this is what it's
Yes.
going to turn into. That's literally what
That's
it's going to
it.
turn
That's
into.
it. This is rigged. It's rigged.
That's-
But what they
that's-
need to do, they need to do that in the comment section of videos, not the chat.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because
Yes, give me
that
some
would
lots
be-
of
Analytics, like,
condiments.
That would be
comments.
great. That's
Yes.
hilarious. I mean, in some
Wow.
ways, I think they're just trying to get maybe more interaction on live streams in some ways. So,
And we approve that.
Apparently.
what's up,
Well,
Oscar? Thanks. For,
Apparently. All right.
apparently. Thanks
I-
for jumping in, man.
Yeah,
Remember-
he said G-O-N.
Gonk.
Gonk. I know where he's gonking.
He's
ra-
gonking.
and he's raising his thing at the same time.
He went there.
He got number 1.
Wait, did you
He-
see
he-
Matt?
He got it. Why is my sound effects not working? Oh, there it is. I know why.
Matt, dang, that's hilarious.
We stand here amidst your
XP,
not yours.
not yours. Duke
Oh,
jumping to
dude.
XP war.
XP war.
Now we are just missing the
The boss music. Yeah. Oh, dude, I got to pull out some music or something. This is getting
YouTube-
epic.
YouTube, you've
You've
outdone
created.
yourself.
You've created monsters.
You've created monster. I love it though.
Oh man. Oh,
Dan's.
dude.
I can't believe Dan's not in the chat
Yeah,
himself.
I know.
I'm trying to, but it was.
I'm
like
gonna start
lag.
chatting. I want to get.
I think their competitiveness was kicking me out of the chat.
Oh my goodness.
Duke said YouTube got tired of us lurkers.
I think they just wanted to pull out the competitive side of people and play to their competitiveness. That's crazy.
Crazy. Oscar said he had to drop off his girlfriend at the airport and jump back in.
Oh,
Oh, well,
well,
hopefully
thank
your
Dude, wow. Well,
girlfriend has a
hopefully
good trip.
Yeah,
safe
safe
flight.
flights,
And
yeah.
he said that he mentioned that Tony and Oscar, no, that's his name. Diego
Yes.
Luna
Yeah.
are going to be in LA soon, where he must live near LA or something. But anyway,
Dude, that's
doing
awesome.
a thing. I would be so cool to see them talk about it. Gotta admit, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
You guys are killing it. Matt says, if you're not with me, you're against my XP. Dang it, these are good.
This is awesome. I'm not going to turn it
Oh.
off then because this is.
Duke said they really
Gold.
said, fight for it.
Another thing that drives me crazy: television and Windows XP.
I almost have more problems with Windows 95. Actually, no, I think that is.
Windows XP was kind of cool at the time, but it
Wow.
was
Wow, we're really going into
really had
Yeah,
problems.
let's just get to the tier list.
Yeah, we gotta do the
we're
tier
looking
list.
at it.
Oh.
There's tears everywhere.
Oh, Oscar says, I'll take pictures and send your way. If you
Aw.
get pictures of the
Diego and Tony. Yeah.
we would love to see that.
Dude.
Dude.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
If you find us on
phenomenal.
Instagram, it's
Put in a
easy
good
to,
word for
Yeah.
us if you meet them.
Yeah. mhm.
On Instagram, it's stay on target
Tell 'em-
_show.
_show _XP. It's my
Okay.
XP, not your XP. Windows ME was the worst. Not as bad as Tim though. Ooh, too soon.
Oh, we will never forget the horribleness. that
No,
was to
there's
him.
another word that drives me crazy. Tim with 2 M's. That's pretty. It's pretty bad. Sometimes
All the Tims out there with 2 M's are like, hey,
Yeah.
well, Tim is typically short for Timothy.
Timothy. You gotta
And-
say it
and
right.
That's a lot of M's for Timothy. I mean, but it's fine if that's how you spell it. I mean, I'm not gonna change your parents' minds. But
You could legally change your name, though,
you could, so I can change your mind.
and then you could change your name. Now,
Television, the word sucks. Change my mind.
speaking of changing our minds, let's hit this tier list and see if we've changed our minds on a lot of these. You
Yeah.
like that
Dan's excited.
segue, or
I-
did you?
I think he did.
I was very excited about it. Me and my people are clapping here.
My people. Are you getting XP for saying this?
I hope so. I need to be chatting more. I'm too busy using my words.
Oh, no.
I'm leaving. I'm going to go lurk and chat. Wait, I broke the one rule of lurking. You cannot chat.
You cannot chat.
Lurkers get no XP.
No XP for lurkers.
Oh, man.
But
Now
we
I
still
want
love the lurkers.
Now I want a competition for lurkers, so us lurkers can still get in on the game.
The people who comment the least get XP
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
You get XP for
If
not
you
commenting
didn't
anything.
comment once, you get a badge for that.
Yeah.
You get a ring.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's do this tier list. Are you ready?
I am so ready for this.
How do we
dude.
do it?
I've been thinking about it since we talked about
This
it.
is Star Wars shows. Are they all listed here?
Oh my gosh.
Live action shows.
No, these are. There's more than live action. That's
Oh, I know.
all of the
There's
Star Wars
movies and
shows.
blah blah blah.
Oh, we're only doing live action though, right? Or do you want to do? No, we're just doing live action.
Just all live action shows.
shows.
All right, let me just kind of put them up here so we can kind of see them.
Long format, multiple episode shows.
Mandalorian
I was
was
trying not to say television there.
Oh.
I was really trying. Look, it is.
I
It's a
had no clue
long
where you were
format,
going.
multi-episode.
I know we got the definition here.
I was trying to avoid it, and then I said it. So
It's okay. I'll let it slide. No, I'm kidding. It's not. When you say it casually, it's different. But when you say it and you try to sound important, I'm gonna take you down a couple of pegs. What came out?
Oh,
I
my
can't-
goodness.
I can't wait for the time that somebody's like, "Did you watch on the television?" And Dan's like, "No, no,
You don't give me that.
don't even."
Speak to me like a human. Don't act like you're better than me.
Don't act like you're better. Oh, did you? Just like starts talking a British accent. He's like, "Oh, did you have your tea and crumpets earlier?
Television for
You
you.
speaking to your peasants now?"
Oh my goodness. This is where we let it fly here in the
this
members
is the
only.
member
Yeah.
and you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Dan, no,
No,
says Bismo.
don't do it.
Or
Oh
the
my
lesser
goodness.
known Timother.
Oscar said, Tim Arthur. Oscar said, I'm attending. We'll definitely name drop. Stay on target.
That's
Dude.
awesome.
Thank you. We would greatly appreciate that. And if they ever want to be interviewed by us, which I'm sure they don't,
Yeah,
squirrel
like,
brains and all,
We got to
would
get our
love to
media
have 'em on.
pass. Yeah, dude.
Brits like Telly. The Telly.
Yeah, what
do you like that
think?
better?
Telly.
I can live with Telly because it's short for Telecaster.
I literally had no idea which way he was going to go on that. So I
Really?
thought it was good.
It translates to guitar.
And it has to do with Brits,
Yeah,
which is proper.
that's true.
That's
But Telly,
We watch the telly.
Telly.
I can
Tell
get
me
around that.
more.
Telly me more. Where's Hunter, man? Where's the telly? We love the telly.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Oh
guitar
my
he's
freak.
probably
gracious.
lurking 0 XP.
Yes, let's
Zero
go. 0
XP.
XP for you. Let's go 0. All right. What were the order of the live action shows?
Let's go
Wow.
0.
0. The Hutt's like,
Just go.
I want somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
What
Right.
is happening? Okay, so what's the first one? Why do we even plan things? We should just go off and talk about whatever.
That's what we're doing here.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Anyway,
We
it's
don't have
fun.
to plan,
No,
but
no, let's do it.
I'm just trying to figure out what was the order of the shows that came out. It was Mandalorian, followed by Book of Boba Fett.
You're putting it all
Just so I can
together.
have a reference point at the top, because there's all these
Yeah.
other trash movies. After Boba Fett was Kenobi.
Sorry.
Or man, it's
see
technically Mandalorian
Matt's
season
comment.
2.
Yeah, Matt just got me. Tony Giller can say television as much as he wants to.
I agree.
If he says it, Dan, what's your opinion? Is it going to knock him down a peg?
I mean, nobody's perfect, but no. He can say it. He can say it because he is it.
He is television.
Wow.
He is it. I mean, you know,
Oh my,
goodness.
wow.
Thanos, just like Tony Gilroy saying television is inevitable. Right? Isn't it I am inevitable? Isn't that what he says?
I am inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says, I am Iron Man.
Yes. Kenobi, yes.
No.
And then after Kenobi was like Mandalorian season 2, I think. Or
Yeah,
no,
but-
it was Andor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
After Kenobi
so
was Andor. We just talked
dumb.
about this.
It's technically this logo.
Yeah. We have both seasons up there. You said
Well,
that's
I just
bigger.
got the different graphics, and
Oh,
then
you-
I think it was
okay.
like Mando 3 or something, and then anyway, it doesn't really.
Do you want
matter.
to just
So,
yeah? Let's
what do
just
you
go
want
with
to
the
do?
first one, Mandalorian. Where do you think we're gonna rank this? I would put this at
The whole series.
the whole series is troubling to me, and that's why it's bounces between S and A for me.
So I've got
third
Mandalorian season 1. I think I've got 2 and 3 here, but I digress.
Oh, for the seasons?
yeah. But if we just go the show,
Yeah.
let's just go the
Let's
show.
just do the show as a whole. I think. Oh
because season 3 hurt us a little bit. Is
It
it safe
did.
to say that it hurt us a little bit?
But the greatness that was the end of season 2, and I would even count one of the best episodes of Star Wars is still to this day, in my opinion,
Yeah.
it was actually in the Book of Boba Fett, but I still count that as Mandalorian.
Oh.
I still count that as a Mandalorian episode, not a Book of Boba Fett episode.
But that's going to help boost Boba Fett then.
I don't know if you can count that in Book of Boba. That's the problem.
Yeah,
But,
that's a good point.
all right, I'm gonna let's just say A, because unfortunately that third season.
It was probably here in season 1 and season 2. I think we all had
Yep.
so much fun.
Yep.
It was so much better than anything we'd gotten, and that was prime streaming viewers.
It was. I mean,
viewage.
that's what they launched Disney Plus with.
And now
And it did better than the sequel trilogies that were
Right.
coming out. They were talking about Baby Yoda more than they were talking about
and
anything else.
season 3 gave us Dinbo almost.
Yeah,
I mean, it opened the door.
So it's a pro and a con, and that's why I was kind of trying to get at but they didn't finalize that. That was if they would have delivered on that,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
it'd
But
be S.
well, at the point we're like, oh, is it gonna get a season 4? What are we gonna do? And they waffled for years. Now we got the movie.
Us and Bismo made that better than what they gave us.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I
the
think you're
Dimbo.
right.
So
All right, let's go to an easy one here. Let's go to
what fun.
Kenobi.
Aw.
Kenobi.
Says Biz.
What fun.
Book of Boba Fett has a great episode, says Bismo. Yeah, it's 100%.
All right, I got Kenobi here.
Yeah, it's all the ones with Mando. Kenobi, ooh, the way. So honestly,
Let's start with E.
all right. Is there any redeeming qualities to Obi-Wan? The only redeeming quality of the whole
Yes.
show is Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
And Qui-Gon,
And Qui-Gon
at
at
the
the
end.
very
Yes.
end. They should have started there.
But they have him in there.
And Jimmy Smits being a dad.
Yeah. So it's not a complete fail, but it's the closest you can get to a fail for what they had to work with.
It's always in June, man. Like it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was Obi-Wan. And last June it was something else. And
We can't even speak.
I don't
its
even
name.
think it's
like
on this-
Voldemort
is it even
to us.
on
We
this
don't even
list?
wanna
Oh, it is on
speak
the
the
list.
name.
so can
The
anybody
show that shall not be named.
can we convince each other to put it at D?
That's where I would put it.
Dude.
Because it's the name of Obi-Wan himself, and we can't throw that in the mud.
But the way they handled him, the way they did such a disservice to his character.
That's why it's at D. That's why it's at D.
No, I think E.
No.
D is still a failing grade.
Can we revisit this after?
They had everything.
D
they
minus.
had years.
Yeah.
They had years to make this the absolute best show ever. There was gonna be a movie, then it turned into a show. That's what everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
Literally,
I
as soon
know.
as they bought Disney Star Wars, they were like, "Don't worry, the Obi-Wan show. Everybody's talking about that. We just want to see Obi-Wan. We want to see Obi-Wan. We want to see Obi-Wan for years
it's
and
true.
years."
And it was going to
And
be a
then-
movie, and it was going to be a trilogy, and it was going to be a this.
And then they came out with this garbage.
I know, but remember what's to come.
Remember the Titans.
We have more bad things.
This is, my opinion. This is one
Do
of
we
the.
need separate tier list, Dustin?
I mean, we can argue it out.
Well, she's
but-
saying D. Dustin's saying F,
I'm saying E. No, I'm saying E. I'm not saying F.
and I'm torn between D and E. So,
What's the chat, guys?
the eggs
Okay,
have
Alright,
it.
so
do we need a
Matt's-
poll?
So Skylark's saying F.
Yeah.
KG's saying D.
Skylark's passionate about that F. Is E a grade?
yeah.
It used to be excellent when I was a kid.
Wait, it's definitely not excellent here.
Right.
So Matt's saying but D versus E, but the acolyte.
it-
Oh, shoot, I
Kenobi-
said the name.
Exactly.
Kenobi hurt, as Bismo said, the brand of Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's
Because of the name recognition and
Right.
the way that they treated our
Oscar's
man.
saying D. Do we have more D's than?
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, it's
Well, we also
It's
have
not-
an F in there too. So
yeah, it's not great, but
we got one F. We got
it looking back, it could have been worse
Two
because we got
Ds.
worse.
3Ds.
3Ds.
Okay, we got 3Ds, and I'm an E, and Dan, you're on the fence between D,
D and E. Because of Kenobi himself and Qui-Gon, and you had
You're
Vades.
barely in
You
it.
had Vades. But he was upstage.
that
It was
Don't
B
think
minus.
about it. Don't think about it.
We'll leave it
the
at
more I think about
we're
it,
gonna
the more
leave.
I'm
We're gonna go with our. We're gonna
It's
go with
so
our gut.
cringe.
We're gonna go with our gut. We're gonna leave it at E
Oh,
for
no.
now. We're gonna leave it at E.
Oh man. Yeah.
Stay on
But the
target.
people are speaking though, Dan.
The
with
people
the
are
D.
saying D.
All right, we'll go to D. Fine.
Well, we listen to our fans here.
Yeah,
we do.
If they want us to flip these patties on the grill, we're gonna give them more hamburgers.
SpongeBob reference. I
I mean, it
love
has
it.
to be. It's the truth. Like, who knew? All right, let's go. To
Ewan and Hayden. That was a nice touch.
that was a nice touch.
Although they didn't do super great
See?
with the de-aging on that.
That's true. But all right, Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett.
Ooh.
Actually, because it had Mandalorian
Yeah.
in it,
I agree.
probably belongs at D.
Oh, what?
Oh, you're going higher than that? I don't know. The
Dude,
rest of it was
no.
kind of
'Cause it has
brand
Mando.
damage.
Yeah, I would
Oh.
do the next one
Oh,
up.
but the
that C?
the street scene with the same running
Dude,
down the scene,
No, yeah.
and then the chick
Nobody's
and
perfect.
the scooter
No.
gang, the
The scooter gang.
like
That's all you have to say.
Don't
Fact
think
check.
Like a
about it.
bantha.
Stop trying to make everything.
the only thing that makes
Stop
it
looking
give,
at things through rose-colored glasses or whatever.
the only thing that gives it higher than that for me is how much the guy that plays Boba Fett loves his character and loves
Right.
his time.
It's
Tamora
like-
Morrison, his passion
Yeah.
is contagious.
And he
Aw.
he
Mhm.
didn't like how they portrayed it. though.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually a credit to say that it's D, because even the
Mhm.
main guy who played Boba Fett didn't like the Boba Fett show.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a D.
Mm.
Tamerkins and
Yeah.
Bismo, though. I mean, I'm with them.
So Bismo
Oh,
saying C
boy.
plus or B minus. Oh wow, that's higher praise than I thought.
and it had
the
Mandalorian in
Mandalorian
it.
is why
was
it's not
really
an E or
good.
an F for me, honestly.
But no, look, KG said
The
it had
spin.
issues,
The
but I had fun with Book of Boba Fett. Episode 2 is good, and all Boba.
There was more fun moments.
And then Bismo said they have great episodes. Luke's scene is one of my favorite quotes, but yeah, Boba's brand damage.
That's-
C, perhaps. I think it's a C.
It might
it's a
bump to a
solid
C
C.
so
because
what's
of
okay?
the.
So Matt's saying D. What's that? What's the majority here? He's got so we got multiple C's. C or D for Boba says Tamerkins. Probably a C says. Oh, okay. I guess they're speaking and they're saying it's
It's
a
an old
C.
grade, but it checks out.
I love that.
I don't agree
I
with
mean,
this.
it's a
but
passing grade. That means you gave Boba Fett a passing grade. Does that mean you want to see more of it, Dustin?
the only parts I want to see more.
Was the interaction with Mandalorian and
Yeah.
Boba Fett?
That episode of
Mhm.
Mandalorian in this was honestly the best, probably
Yeah.
one of the best.
Oh, but no,
episodes.
you got
No, don't talk about it.
Blue Man.
Shoot.
Didn't you get Blue Man get shot up by Boba Fett?
Oh no, that's not.
Cad Bane?
Oh, was Cad Bane in this? I forgot
What-
Cad Bane was.
What
in
else
Yeah.
was he in? He
Wait,
was in this
he
one.
in this?
Yeah, he was. Remember
Or
the
was he in-
fingers?
Or was he in?
I think it was Cad
It
Bane
was
with
Cad
the
Bane.
with the boots and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boots
you're
on the
right.
ground.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you had
fine,
Cad
C.
Bane, which was did he die? He
But
didn't
that's
die.
the other thing. I
know.
didn't really love the way they handled him.
But all right, but it was a valiant effort. It was your favorite guy. Favreau did it, Dustin. He single-handedly delivered
No,
you
Wrong.
Book of Boba Fett.
Absolutely wrong. Don't
he wrote
even
the
say
whole
that.
thing, and he
No.
just directed it.
No, he
all
did not.
From the mind of John Favreau. Gives
You're
you
doing
Book of Boba
you're doing John Favreau dirty there.
Well, am I, or is he
Yes.
doing Boba Fett dirty?
Wow.
Just kidding.
Boba Fett was his favorite character,
Yeah,
and he came up with the Mandalorian because they wouldn't let him do Boba Fett.
that's true. That's true.
I
So,
think if he was actually working full on Boba Fett,
he would have done.
he would have changed it. But it was KK and it was Robert Rodriguez who totally jacked up the vision that was Boba Fett. They screwed it up. I'm sorry, I'm a little
Yeah.
passionate about it.
Cad Bane is still alive.
I think he's still alive.
Yeah, I
he
think
better
He
be.
is
dude.
definitely
All right, we'll
alive.
give it a C. All right, we're halfway done with
Fine.
this tier list. All right, so let's go to an easy one. Ahsoka.
How is this an easy one?
I said they're all easy so far.
yeah.
For those that are keeping track.
Oh no. Rant on target system.
Yeah.
No, I won't rant about it.
Mhm. B for Basoka.
Yeah, Bismo asked, how is this easy?
Mm.
And KG said, yeah, Robbie Rod ruined the tone.
Yeah, the tone
Yeah,
was
he
funky
did.
chicken. Don't be putting him in a like in that room that
Don't put Spy Kids in
Mhm.
Boba Fett of all the.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have Robert Rodriguez do something, do the
Mhm.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
That would have made
definitely.
way more sense.
For sure.
see yeah.
Morons.
See, so
Oh,
I liked
sorry.
episode 4, 5, and 6 of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Um,
Bismo asked if he should mute, though. Should
I-
he close his eyes?
I liked the robot.
I'm not saying much.
I liked the robot.
He was a saving grace.
I liked the little green kid, Kanan's kid. What's his name
Aw.
again?
Uh,
He yodeled. No,
Carl.
no.
Shoot, I forget his name now.
It's
Starts with
Jason.
Jason
Sindula.
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 Yeah, I liked
Sindula.
Jason. I liked C-3PO. I liked our man Santeva.
Yes.
I liked the visuals look good. I loved.
Are you going pros? Are you waiting for me to
I'm
do
reading the
cons?
pros and waiting for
Because-
somebody to talk me out of it because I liked Balin and Shin a lot.
Yeah.
I liked,
Yep.
and that's about
You
where
like
it ends.
squeaky shoes.
That's about where. I
I-
like the
Squeaky
squeaky shoe
shoes.
option when Thrawn showed up. I liked the build up to Thrawn. I liked how Thrawn was portrayed in the trailers,
Ooh, I like Matt's question.
but everything
Question
else.
is whether Ahsoka is better than Book of Bumbling Fett or at the same level.
It definitely is better.
I think it's better than Book of Bumbling Fett.
But
And it's it's not the
But-
seasons aren't done yet. Yeah, I mean there's still more to be told. So
Skylar
there's-
said it.
Oh,
Maroc
no.
just set me off for the series.
Oh,
You're so
shoot.
right,
Why did you
Skylar.
bring him up?
Oh, no,
Why did you
she's-
bring up the
They did me dirty.
Right on target.
He came back though. He came back in the something
Yeah,
else.
No,
he's,
in
he's,
Maul.
he's coming back.
No, he's not. They
He's coming
did
back
it
in Maul.
dirty. It was a terrible missed opportunity there.
He could be Andor still.
Also, even above that, as much as that hurts my soul and the green soul that I'm made of, that the dust in the wind that happened to my boy Maroc, it was also the fact, for me, the biggest gripe I have with the whole thing is that's not my Rebels crew.
Mhm.
That did not feel like Rebels. That did not feel like Ahsoka. That did not seem like Sabine. That did not seem like Ezra. I did not like how they portrayed those characters and how they did not improve over 10 years from Rebels,
It
to
hurt
this
me.
point, and how they did Thrawn.
Thrawn was kind of like it was like B Thrawn,
It was.
C D E F Thrawn, but
And that is why, in my
Sabine
opinion,
got stabbed. It reminded
Ahsoka,
us.
granted, I understand the height
Hayden.
that is Hayden. I get that, and don't get me wrong,
I
I
liked
love
it.
Hayden.
Yep.
Mhm.
I didn't personally care for what's her name herself. So Maroc
I
is
know.
dusting in the wind.
Yeah, he is.
The
He is
actress that
tough.
plays her
Dang it.
felt a little wooden. She was the
Yeah.
weakest part of the whole thing,
which is kind of
it's kind of weird. But
But honestly, just the way they mishandled that, so many missed opportunities. I personally, it's a C for me, or a D even. Honestly, I'm in between those but
I can't go
but
D with
I-
Ahsoka.
C is fine. The only thing that could bring this up is Ahsoka season 2. If they come back and they end better, Balin and Shin is a great point. I do like the Balin and Shin stuff for sure. Balin, okay, the best parts of the whole series:
Yeah,
Balin, Shin, Anakin Skywalker,
Mhm.
Right.
and live action Clone Wars.
and
Those
this-
4 things I loved.
but at this
Almost-
point, you're
and-
saying C.
and also the robot. I love that, but
Yeah.
What was his name? Yeah.
I just lost it.
I
But
did too.
pretty much anything other than that, as far as story goes, building
It could
Hu
go.
Yang.
intelligent.
Hu
Hu
Yang.
Yang.
Hu Yang.
Hu
Yeah.
Yang's the best, dude.
He could go to B.
Yes,
But
I
Ezra
whole
think-
new galaxy, but
If the
a whole new
second
galaxy
season's
of
good.
missed opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah,
my
but it was a
point.
whole
Sorry,
new
babe, I don't
galaxy.
mean to bring this back up. I'm sorry. I'm just being real.
Here's
just
my
being
take.
honest.
Here's
Mhm.
my perspective. Ahsoka season 1 set us up for some good storytelling, if done right,
Right.
to come. Whereas Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan didn't necessarily set us up for more.
Mm.
Yeah, they could, but
So that's why I'd give it a B.
no. All right. Well,
Yeah,
what's the
I have a hard time. I
chat
have a hard time.
Gonkers? What are you
They're the-
guys saying? What are you guys saying? B?
We're kind of mixed. Should I do a
Are they
poll
B or
on this
C?
one?
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe do
sure.
a poll on
Better
this
than
one.
Boba.
I'll be
See,
fair.
Or do you if you put this here and this here, and then you feel better about it, you can sleep at night.
Ooh.
Wait, what'd you do? I
I
missed it.
moved everything down with pegs so that Ahsoka stands alone at C. 2 pegs below Mandalorian,
No, that's
but
wrong.
Boba Fett is
Nope.
still below Ahsoka, but Kenobi is still below Boba Fett.
Ooh.
Otherwise, where we're at, where we're saying Boba Fett was tied with Ahsoka, I don't think that's real. To me, that's not real. To me,
No.
Ahsoka is higher than Boba Fett, which to me puts it up at B.
Yep.
I think they were both equally as campy, and
But I think season 2 could deliver something special because at least we got
well,
Zeb Aurelius.
what if we got a season 2
Did
of
we get-
Boba
did we
Fett
get
that
Zeb?
destroys?
Wait, did
We
we get
can't
Zeb?
go off promises of what's to come. We have to go off what's based there right now. That's why it's an updated tier
True.
list.
True.
True. It's a current tier list.
That's what I'm saying. We can revisit this and come back.
crew reliving these
We
shows to
should.
bring
But
up
what's
past
everybody
trauma.
what's
Yeah,
everybody
I know,
saying?
I
I
love
will.
Skylark.
it's true.
Why didn't you put E or F on there, fact
Oh,
checker?
I don't know. I thought we were kind of locked into B, C, or D.
I can't hit F enough. No, I'm just joking. I'm
Full on.
joking. I'm
Sorry,
joking.
I can
Oscar's-
redo it.
Oscar thinks he should just have the animation department. You're not wrong. I
You're
mean,
not
he's
wrong,
He's pretty
Oscar.
good at that stuff.
Well,
He's
he's got.
both C. Ahsoka is a higher C. We got a C plus here, people.
All right,
or a
I'm
C.
seeing a lot of C's.
C.5.
So it's C before.
Yeah,
one, yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's fair. I
That's
think
fair.
it's definitely better
All
than Boba Fett. Although arguably, would I rather watch Boba Fett at this point? Probably because of Mandalorian episode. Just that episode. I just watched that episode on repeat. Honestly.
All right.
But wait, in the poll right now, we're tied for B and C.
I
But
told
wait,
you.
there's more.
But wait, there's more.
That sounds like an old school television ad.
Oh my goodness. I'm fine with old school television.
Oh,
I'm
no.
fine with old school television.
I before E, except Ahsoka deserves a D. It's like how Skylar's with me. on this
Oh
one.
my goodness.
And then
That's
to
hilarious.
Merkins, Dan
Yes.
washing his hands of us.
I was like, I washed my hands of this. This isn't me. I,
so
I
if
put it at B.
if I vote a B in the poll, does that change our decision?
Nope. What was the poll? I mean, was it
Well, right now
60
it's
40?
tied. No, 38-38,
Oh,
25.
wow.
So if
So
I
it's,
vote,
it's not like a 90-10.
I will
Do
sway.
know.
Do what must be done. This is my opinion, and I might not be in the right here. This is my opinion of the thing. If you guys like it more than I do, props to you. But
Okay.
it's terrible. No, I'm just joking.
All right, we'll leave
I'm
it at
joking,
C
I'm
for
joking.
I
now.
think leave it at
Okay.
C,
We'll
but I'm
move
going to
along.
vote B in the.
No, I'm not saying. So I will say, if we do have an updated tier list when season 2 comes out, I will give it a fair shake.
Yeah, you
And I
should.
want it to be better. It's not the fact that I'm
Mhm.
just poo-pooing on it to poo-poo on it. It's also the fact that I'm saying poo-poo weird.
Yeah.
Could be. Like Star Wars.
But no, I
Oh.
just call it as I see it, guys.
I just call it like I see it, guys.
That's good.
All right,
That's
so
good.
that does it. That does it. He did it. All right, now
So
we're
now
going.
we have an
And
easy
most,
one.
well, and what?
Now we're
what
going to
did-
an easy
and
one.
They agreed, right? No, they did B for the poll. Did
Well, remember, because I voted.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, we're going with it. We're going with it.
The
We need
poo
our pop
emojis.
filters.
This is the most
Oh,
fun
my
I've had in
goodness.
a while, honestly. This this live
This
stream
is fun. We haven't done a members in a while, though.
I know,
That's
it's
why.
been way too long.
Members
Yeah,
are
it
fun.
has.
I'm so glad we're getting back to this.
Mhm.
All right,
All right. We're going to the last easy one. Then the very last one's the hardest. All right. We're going to Skeleton Crew.
Aw.
Esqueleto.
Dude, this is an A for me.
It's
I'm
a
not
pretty.
putting
It's
it above, but there's not very many misses on this show.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm not saying it blows like storytelling and all that stuff out of the water.
but what they gave us was pretty. It was pretty good.
The acting was better in Skeleton Crew than with the children actors
Yes.
than
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Well, and with
You
Jude
said
Law,
yes.
and with Jude
What?
Law being the bad guy.
I said the acting in the
Oh,
child actors
Yeah.
in Skeleton Crew were better than Ahsoka.
No, I agree.
We're better than the
Oh,
child actors in
Ahsoka. I
Ahsoka.
thought
No,
you
no, no.
meant-
I mean almost all the actors in Ahsoka.
Oh, wow.
It was
Ahsoka
direct.
herself.
It was directed better. The guy that wrote and directed it was an auteur, more of an actual director. He did Spider-Man. He knows how to handle the ensemble, just
Yeah.
like Gilroy and whatever. But he actually directed it too with his friends, and they directed it. It felt legit with the piratiness and
did.
just the
Mhm.
right flair of pirate.
The
booty.
treasure.
It was fun. It was a fun story.
Yeah.
It felt like Star Wars, and it felt like you were viewing it from a kid's lens again.
Yeah.
That's what felt so Star Wars about it. Plus, it's just pirates.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean you can't go
I
wrong.
mean, it's
with
another genre in
It's an
Star
easy
Wars.
A.
Yeah,
Easy out.
Easy A. Perfect point, fact checker. Easy
Well, that's what-
A.
I think
That's
it's
what
an easy.
KG
I
said.
told you it was an
KG.
easy one. I
Yeah.
told you.
This was you were totally correct on this. We
Apparently,
didn't need a poll
you
for
know.
this. Wait. Oh no, he was talking about something else.
Yeah.
Bismo gives Skeleton Crew a B+.
B plus.
but it's
yeah.
close to an A. You know.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think about miss. I think the ending was not the strongest point of Skeleton Crew. I do have to be honest about that. I do feel like they could have done a little bit
Sure.
more. But again, how much is that?
mhm.
No Hondo. That is a good point. That was a bit of a missed opportunity there.
Yet.
But they could be saving. But we can't judge it off things to come. I even said that myself. But I
Yeah.
still think overall the story was really good. I didn't think it was
It had the
slow.
spirit of Hondo.
It did have the spirit of Hondo.
Good old thievery and
And then-
backstabbery.
And I'd love to see more.
Indiana
Again,
Jonesery.
yeah, Jude Law. I mean,
Yeah.
he sold the whole
Jude
thing,
Law.
too.
Amazing.
Just-
And then Tamerkin said they gave us Neil.
Yeah, and Neil.
And
seriously.
Neil. And I got to watch it with my son, who had a
Aw.
blast with it.
Yeah.
And I feel
Exactly.
like kids can watch that show
Mm-hmm.
and not
Yeah.
necessarily Andor, but they can watch that show and have a good old fun time. And it's a good introduction into Star Wars.
Think about if Skeleton Crew came out after Andor season 2.
Yeah.
Although
I know.
don't- I think it
agree.
would have done better, and I think people would be more excited for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's totally different than, in some ways, from Andor as far as the dark grittiness.
Yeah.
But it might be that hope and that fun that you like, because Andor season 2 leaves you like a heavy weight. And that's why we like talking about it as well, is because like we're still processing all of the things that happened that we're like, oh man, that was heavy.
Yeah.
And then you go from something that's heavy to something that's fun and lighthearted and hopeful.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a way better. They should have done that. They should have waited on Skeleton Crew until after Andor season 2, and I think it would have done way better.
Mhm.
Probably. Yeah. I think
If you guys haven't
I think you're
seen
right.
Skeleton Crew, people out there, I would definitely go back and rewatch
Yeah.
it. It's worth.
it's kind
a
of
rewatch.
interesting. Release it like Christmas time. But then
We
again,
just
it
need
was
to
the
be in-
family fun. You know,
Mhm.
they were
That's
hoping
true.
for that.
They were hoping, and it
Mhm.
came after. Technically, it came after
Lego.
But-
the Rebuild the Galaxy, which was excellent.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If that
was,
had been
that
done
was good,
live
too.
action-
Also a good kids show.
Yes.
If
yeah.
if they know some Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't shown my kids that yet because they haven't
I
seen
know. I know.
Oh, the sequels.
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, Revenge of the
or
yeah,
the
yeah.
sequels. But I might still show that to them here soon
But
because
dude, like
it gets away from that real quick.
Yeah.
And it's just
Dude
fun.
Law. No.
Dude Law.
What if so we're gonna get a year with nothing, and then if the first show they release after that is Skeleton Crew season 2 after the Mandalorian movie, or is it Ahsoka coming out next? I think it's gonna be Ahsoka next.
Wait,
Yeah.
where's
And
the XP? Is it still there?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the community. Well, I don't know. Everyone maxed out at 75 XP. So
Nice.
Oh,
we're all
seriously?
maxed out. We're all
You get
winners.
maxed out? I didn't even know you get maxed
I
out.
guess, yeah.
We don't even know the
Dude.
we don't even know the
I don't even know
rules.
the rules of this game.
I'm down to number 3. Gosh, I gotta work harder here.
You're not even in there, Dan.
You're not even in there. Oh, it says number 3 on there.
No. Oh, yeah.
He
never
was
mind.
Number
No,
3.
He was number 3.
All right, now the last
All
one.
right.
This is the most difficult. I'm promising you that.
Wait, there's no more live action, right?
I don't think so. I think we got them all. We should go to Disney Plus and just double check. But,
Oh no, there is one more. What are you talking about?
oh yeah, no, there's one more. The hardest one of all.
Oh, sorry.
Andor.
No,
There's the other
no,
one,
there's
too.
also one more that you're
Oh, I don't think
choosing to forget. Is that? I mean, that's what I'm wondering here.
rodents of unusual size. I don't think they exist. Yeah, yeah, I don't think that one exists. But we can. That one's. I'm
Should we-
sorry. That one's not even hard or easy. It never existed.
It's going to be a satisfying.
That's an F.
Yeah.
That's a hunt. The Acolyte is.
It's below F.
We don't even like saying the name.
Yeah.
and
of
it's
that
not
show.
to like rail on it, but it's just it hurts so many things on so many levels of like intelligence.
And if you guys liked it, though, again, sorry. If you really liked it, just for us specifically, it was. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it wasn't good, but
Yeah. I give them
There was
kudos for trying something different. They just didn't have a Gilroy.
And right, they didn't have anything near ago, and it gave me one moment of like, dude, they just killed that dude. Like in that one fight sequence, I was like, they just off all those main characters.
Yeah.
Like, thumbs up.
because you didn't like any of them.
No, but that's what I was saying. But I couldn't believe they did that because usually the characters you
Mhm.
don't like, they're like, well, we're gonna string them along.
Yeah.
Like
I don't even
somebody
really
from
want it.
Andor.
That was the villain was probably the best part as far the one thing I actually
Mhm.
enjoyed about it was his lightsaber. They did come up with a unique lightsaber
Yeah.
design,
Yeah.
and he had the little Shoto blade that was in the other lightsaber.
Yeah.
yeah. When he was,
That was cool.
I would like to see him fight like Maul against Maul or something, like
Mhm.
himself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In that sequence, the guy was pretty legit.
Yeah, episode
Mhm.
5 was definitely the best episode
Yeah.
of a garbage series. So
It could have been good, just not well written or acted. Definitely not well written. The story
Yeah.
could have been really good.
it could have
It could have
yeah,
been
again,
because
it
you're
was-
dealing with Sith and or whatever they were. But
Kamir was the best part, but when they got into like the weird like
The witches.
the witch, well,
The-
Kamir was the main villain. But
Oh,
when they
well, I
got
know.
like hyper sexual about
Oh,
things,
well, yeah,
that's whenever
yeah.
it was like, oh, this is just getting weird.
It
at
was
this point.
weird. It was just.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, the Sith do use that as a tool to lure people to the dark side. If you
Yeah.
do read the lore.
Well, sure, and but then
Sure.
the twisted, like they kept reusing the same 4 scenes and over
Yeah.
and
It
over
was
again. It was like,
weird.
the flash. That's how not to do a flashback. Whereas Luthen, that's how to
Darth
do a flashback.
biceps. Yeah, seriously.
They didn't have a Gilroy on set. They didn't have a Gilroy on the same planet as that one. I don't think they had they filmed
really
it
didn't.
on the moon.
They did not follow the right timeline.
They didn't even have
No.
oxygen.
If whoever made that comment for us needs to go do that. Like,
Please,
Exactly.
yeah, we're
Freak
gonna
out on
sick
that.
that guy on the acolyte.
Acolyte.
like we know him. We're friends
Bro,
with him
can you
now.
go take care of them real quick?
Yeah, because what in the world? I really
So-
disrespected the Star
Yeah,
Wars
they
community
did.
by the things they were trying to change, and
Yeah,
yeah, no,
And
don't
don't be under. That's what that was a common thread. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, the last one is this the last one?
This, I believe, is the last one. Yes.
We'll walk
Yes,
all the
I
way
think
up the
it's,
chart. All right. Does anybody have any qualms putting it at S now that it is officially in the books? Can anybody
Hmm.
qualm me? Because I mean, you're going S for super. Is it super or spectacular?
Super
or
Saiyan.
Stupendous.
Kame! Kame! They had Yoda
That's what I'm saying.
poo-pooing at the end. Poo-pooing. Yes, you're so
And-
right.
and-
KG says, "S!"
That's definitely Kamehameha or whatever
Yeah,
they say.
yeah,
Mhm.
that style.
Yeah. No qualms. Thank you, KG. It is the best thing since Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back belongs at S. A New Hope, I'd probably be up there pretty close. And
Wait, what? Are we switching to movies?
No,
no, I'm just saying
Oh.
that up there with the
Oh.
best of the best. You know,
I
if
see,
I'm looking
okay.
at the S tier, there's not very much that's up there. I think we had some other things at the S tier for was it the movies? I think you guys had a couple other ones. We have to look at that, but
S is kind of hard for me still.
What?
I
You have the qualm?
yeah, you in theory,
no,
you and your good pal.
no. We did have some qualms with it though.
Oh yeah, there's qualms.
Minimal.
But
It is
but
minimal. But that's what I'm saying. Like
S minus.
is it might be like a A plus S minus.
So then it
For
stays
me.
in an S.
just for the fact that we did have enough qualms
it's better than
that-
Mandalorian as a series.
as a whole. Yes.
Okay.
Now because
Yeah.
season 3.
So it has to.
Yeah.
If we would have got season 1 and season
Right.
2, I would say that
Mhm.
Mandalorian is better. But with season 3 in there,
Oh, I have a hard time doing that though. But yeah, you're right.
I know you prefer the writing of Gilbert, and I do too. And there's so many moments from it.
But
that
it's
you're
true.
just
But
like-
The Mandalorian is so much fun too. The
Well,
first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
And
Mandalorian's
Grogu.
pacing as far as the serialized episodes works so much better
True.
because then you don't get the
Yeah.
Andor. You get
I
the-
just hate that was derailed by the girl that got kicked out. You know, it's like derailed with the
Yeah,
characters. Like,
yeah, you're talking about Gina Carano.
yeah, Mandalorian was
Oh.
kind of lost in the muck and mire,
Right.
and I can't. Andor
That-
wasn't. Andor was like,
No.
this is the cast.
he was able to
Even
stay
Ahsoka
away
now
from a
with
lot of-
with
because he didn't play
Balin.
those games.
No.
Tony didn't play. He didn't
No, he's
care
like,
about
this
that.
is my cast. They're going to be in it for
Right.
the next 5
Mhm.
years, and they're all
Again,
like,
money
well,
well spent.
It is money well spent.
even Balin makes me sad with the transition now with a new character and
I
how they
know.
can play that out. It's like
I-
again, muck and mire constantly with these shows, and
well, that
But, I
was,
mean,
yeah, that it
you
wasn't
think
the
you
same.
can do about that,
Yeah,
too.
it wasn't.
no,
much.
but I'm just saying it happened with Leia going into the sequels. It's like
Yeah.
it's terrible timing. It happens in real life. This is real life.
Yeah, I like that they
But-
addressed it though. Like at Star Wars Celebration,
Yeah.
you know, they're honoring
The guy.
I lost Ray Stevenson.
Ray Steve. Oh, I was like, who are you? Trying to
Sorry,
think? Okay.
they
yeah.
honored him while
Yes.
passing the torch. So
Yeah,
they're
they
doing
did.
it.
And
right.
Andor also, as an S class, brings in fans that don't particularly care for Star Wars
That's a great
or
point.
had walked away, like Nick, or other people that we know that
Right.
had just basically said Star Wars is done. And then we got grudgingly S class.
Yeah.
I love
Not
This is-
yet. While not
Grudgingly.
perfect, no. I mean, perfect is unattainable, but
And that's
it's
why I
very,
will
very good.
concede some points, and that's why I was saying like
Sure.
S minus because
Sure.
I do think there was some pacing issues. I'd say pacing issues most of all. Also,
In season
do I have to
2?
say this, Dan? Vel.
No, I get it. I get it. But the as passionate as I am about that being terrible and that whole arc, that unnecessary, there was so much to just throw that in the trash because it was so. Otherwise, was
Yeah.
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 It's tough. It's tough because I see the difference, but I see it. I see you, lurkers. No, but
I
it's
see you there.
man. I could
love-
I could rail about.
You could Lutheran rail.
I could rail about Andor for a while
Yeah, you
about
could.
things that I didn't love.
Oh,
But No, I'm serious. But then I could also go on and on for like years about the things that I did love. Years. Nobody has that time.
What-
125 years later, Dan's still
125
talking
years.
about Andor.
I mean,
And what I want to say about Andor.
because I can't even. I'm still processing all of that.
Yeah.
I'm still processing, and I'm like I'm not a computer like high speed processor like Bismo's new computer, but
yeah, congrats.
I do pick up things pretty quick most of the time. But when it starts to frazzle my little brain cells, that's when I get intrigued. Because mostly things are too easy and you just can read the beginning and the end. But when you weave in stuff like that, I was like, whoa, there's threads here that like you smart people know and noticed. And but you have to dig in to find out all about it. And that's what I love. You get to research. And that to me is Star Wars.
And it got you invested.
That's what makes
cool.
George Lucas great is all
Yeah.
of the lore. That's what makes Tolkien great. That's all the lore.
Yeah,
That's what
lore
makes
building.
the best of the best. And building that lore on Gorman and building the lore on all of these other
Yes.
places just makes it
and not
more...
skimping out like a lot of these other shows that felt hollow. So many of these other planets, characters, arcs felt so hollow. They didn't build it out like Andor did. Tony did.
And Mimban and the different planets that we saw, Naboo, and the different places that still tie in to the sequels and or not sequels, but the originals and the prequels and
Yeah.
Clone Wars and Rebels, and how that still kind of flows in and out. It goes to S and it stays at S as a
Yeah.
superior.
For sure. I think,
show.
did you read Tamerkin's?
Yeah, she has a few good takes.
The one, though, did you read this one? Fact
No.
checker? Okay. Dan, I think you should read it because I think
Where'd
it
it go?
sums it up. It
The
says
935.
overall and taken. That one right
You
there.
said 9:35.
The timestamp.
I just
Go
what?
up. No, go up. You were
Yes,
almost there.
Overall
Go up
and taken as a complete piece.
and keep going. It's right there.
Between
Yeah, right
Bismos.
there. You read that one. I think it makes sense for you to read it.
Overall and taken as a complete piece, Andor is an S for me. I loved Mando, but
It's gone.
why you gotta do that to
Oh,
me?
no.
Andor had me totally hyped and attached to characters. Better writing / acting than Mando overall.
I think you could agree with that. That's why I was saying that.
Oh, I agree with that. What was the timestamp? It hurt my brain. There was a timestamp?
Well, you can turn on
You
timestamps
can
in the
turn
chat.
on things,
Oh, but not in the program, but
Oh.
in the
In the chat.
in the chat. Yeah. So
Oh.
we're learning
You
all
just-
new
YouTube
things.
Studio. Oh, I've been doing that for a while.
I haven't been in the YouTube studio. So.
Matt
well, you
Risman-
said that, and I was like, this is something I should know. The way you said it,
Sorry.
why don't I know this? That's okay. That's
I'm
good.
in the chat a lot.
It's helpful, though. It's helpful.
It is. It is.
I wish I did it here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
no.
just also just showed them.
What?
When you switched over.
Oh, I showed what? All of the YouTube studio?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Not
My
a big
bad.
deal. Matt Risman says it rarely belongs at S.
Yeah, I love that.
It totally does. It totally
Oh
does.
man. And KG says peak television.
Killing me, Smalls, but I'll let it slide this once.
And Tamergan says Tolkien. Yes.
Well, and also Tamerkin said, I love that Andor has rewatchability. You notice
Mhm.
different. Did you already read that?
No. We
Oh,
haven't, no.
different things every time. It's on a different level.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. That's
And
the
Oscar
sign.
agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sign of depth and well crafted,
Just
story.
the monologues alone
Oh, man.
of Andor, I have to give props for. They are the most Star Wars sounding monologues that gives lore, depth, character growth. The way they give those speeches is epic. Still, the Luthen one, I think, will ring true for not just Star Wars. I mean, I think that even goes above and beyond Star Wars for the, I dine with ghosts. I see a sunrise that I work for a sunrise I'll never see. The lines he says in that are so good. Plus, I still love the lines between him and Saw Gerrera. That whole scene when Luthen
Mhm.
shows up with Saw Gerrera's expertly crafted. Everything about that I loved. So just the monologues, even Perrin's speech in this
Mhm.
last one was excellent.
It's better.
And we didn't talk about it in we should have, but there was a Perrin. I think we talked about it a little bit before.
We did.
There was a Perrin scene where he confesses everything to Mon, and that she could
Yeah,
have
Oh,
confided.
they said it
yeah.
was a cut scene.
It was a cut scene. I want to see that.
I
don't
want to see
know.
the deleted scenes.
I think it would have changed it too much.
Well, I mean, there's a reason they cut it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, the redemption
Mm-hmm.
he was trying to give Perrin, you could see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Tamerkins has the quote.
Oh yeah. Which one? The calm
Yeah.
kindness. calm, kindness, kinship, love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I've made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. Yeah, it's so good.
KG.
What not to say at a funeral? I share my dreams with ghosts. Actually, that might be fitting.
That is really good.
I guess that's
Dang.
when you're watching something and the lines in real time are taking you like, that was brilliant. And then now but you're watching
That was good.
quotable, like poster quotable line after line after line after line. Like we're humans that speak to each other with words like
True.
television.
If
And
you
when
weren't gonna say
somebody
it, I was
puts
gonna.
those words together in such a way that is poetic
Mhm.
and it makes a point in a way that is so deep and hits it on the head over and over again,
Yeah.
that's when our little word brains are like, this is the bomb.
Squirrel brains.
On top of the fact that those lines were delivered well,
Yeah.
on top of the fact that it looks good and it just kept going and it snowballed into another monologue. And
the thing about it for me is I really want Tony Gilroy's writing also with the Force. Like, if he had something bigger in the galaxy to work with, that was lightsabers, that was the Force epic, how could he turn that into a more realistic, raw, and excellently written script? I don't know. I don't know if he'd want to do that. I don't think he does. But at the same time, if he really put his mind to it and really tried to create something, I think that's where you would have absolutely peak Star Wars, in my opinion. And in some ways, not force him, but kind of force him to be more family friendly as well. I prefer family friendliness.
Yeah.
But again, I appreciated the way they
and
did
the way that he even wove in the levity with K2, because there's Star
Yeah.
Wars there is an adventure piece to it with some lightheartedness, that needs to be there. You know what I'm saying, for peak. But as far as Star Wars TV goes, not television, it's just there and it hits on all the levels at a deeper level for us, older Star Wars fans,
Right.
that wanted something gritty, wanted something real. Rail. And
Rail.
even like Lear and Rail and like Shakespeare and all of the tie-ins there. And it's like the best writers out there. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
It is, man.
That's why it's part of Star Wars history.
It's
It is
part
now.
of Star Wars history. You heard it here.
Mhm.
A lot of people, we didn't talk about it on the show, but a lot of people said that he should write the many Bothans died to bring us this information. Because you know what they could do with that? It would be perfect. It's right up the Andor alley for him, and do it like Bothan based, but make it a movie. And you could have Mon Mothma back again. She could play Mon Mothma again, but more closer to Return of the Jedi. That would be absolutely epic if they did that. That would be cool.
For sure. Yeah, Oscar said that Dan Gilroy's the Star Wars fan. We need him to stay at Star Wars. He worked on the 3rd chapter arc. That was so good. The Gorman.
Yeah.
Oh man, the end of the Gorman. You know what I'm saying? The way that was delivered just hurt.
Yeah.
Sorry, this comment, KG. You guys are still getting me with this one.
They're
Not to say at a
they're doing
funeral.
a few.
Who are you? Dang it! That is so brutal.
I told you there was
Hilarious.
some we could do from Andor.
Oh, there's a ton. You're right. You're absolutely
Oh,
right.
The
man.
Gonkers are right.
The Gonkers are right, but yeah, that is.
That is brilliant.
And did you see Matt?
Oh, yeah, what did he
a few minutes
say?
ago, he said, "When not to say at a funeral, calibrate your enthusiasm."
Isn't that Krennic?
No, it was
Oh, man, that's-
Partagaz?
Partagaz, and
Partagaz.
I don't feel like we gave Partagaz enough attention. I was thinking about that today. He had a lot of good lines.
Pardon my
and
gas.
Interesting. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I
Oh
couldn't help
gosh.
myself.
Yeah.
What
Interesting.
not to say at a funeral?
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go
Or
ahead.
on a live stream.
Yeah. Exactly. Sorry. What?
So yeah, he just had some interesting moments, especially towards the end there. And
Yeah.
we covered some of it, but yeah, when he was telling Dedra to curb your or calibrate your enthusiasm, like
Mhm.
some of his comments in that scene or scenes was kind of interesting. So I want to rewatch.
Yeah,
anyway.
Tim Merkins says Partagaz was great. Top
Yeah.
tier actor for sure. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I love the fact in Andor as well that's one of the things we praised was older actors in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings
Gravitas.
gravitas and a realism
Yeah.
to it, especially placed so well. The way they place and he was top tier actor. I did love that. What did Matt say now?
Marak said that a lot. Pardon my gas. If you hear
smoke. That's one of my favorite shorts I ever made.
You got me.
That's one of my favorite shorts.
That hurt, Matt, but you're not wrong. You used my own words against me in that, which was excellently crafted. Have you been talking with Tony?
Have you been talking with Tony again?
Dang it. That short, I mean, how many videos did I make of? I made 3 possible videos.
You worked really hard.
All of which
they did pretty well.
To nothing.
But people were excited about the theories, though.
Yeah.
They were, man. Oh, why did I do it?
Okay.
Why did I do it?
It hurt me so much. I have not done a theory video since then.
Aw. Gotta get back to it.
I know. Me too.
Oscar said, I used that line with my students today. Calibrate your enthusiasm.
That's awesome. What do you
Dude, are you
man?
serious?
That's so cool.
That is cool. And then Bismo asked, was that all the shows?
I think so. As
I
far
think
as live
so.
action, right? Did we miss anything?
We probably missed something, but where's that guy that's supposed to yell at us? Supposed to be on.
Oh,
like
squirrel,
5
the
minutes.
squirrel brain
guy?
guy.
Yeah, squirrel brain Darth
What shall we
Vader's chess
dub him?
piece.
I want to dub him.
We'll call him
something
Darth
like-
Vader's chess piece.
We'll call him Darth Vader's chess piece. He
He-
speaks for Darth Vader.
He keeps him alive,
He
and,
keeps
True.
Darth Vader
and that
alive.
was not the piece. He's an expert on his chess piece.
You know the funniest thing is he's going to become a character on this show and he doesn't even know it.
He won't. He will never know because he'll never return.
That's true.
Oh.
He
You
might.
know.
He might.
He might show up. Dude, it'd be hilarious if he showed us up
Mhm.
in the chat at some
Mhm.
point. I would love that, dude. Please do that.
Oh my
Tim Erkin
goodness.
said Anton Lesser didn't want to do the role, I think Party Gas, but Gilroy told the actor to treat it as a theater piece, and that convinced him. So good. More
Dude.
theater actors in Star Wars, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If you're going to get excellent talent like that, who can deliver those lines, the way he did it was expert. And he made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Death Vader.
Yeah.
says KG.
That's what we call
That's
him.
what we call him, Death Vader. You're
He
right.
is. He is Darth Vader. Oh my goodness. I love that so much.
Oh, that
And yeah, Bismo, we were just
Yeah.
looking at live action shows.
somehow Death Vader's fake chess piece has returned. Death Vader's got
they
lore
are
on
on
the channel.
Fire.
You guys
the
are
chat.
you
I
guys are
love it.
definitely on fire tonight. I'm loving
Those
this.
crowns. That really like
Yeah.
lit a.
You are all now kings and queens. Now you may say television. Don't try to speak down to me.
Oh
Says
my
Dan.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Don't try to speak down to me.
Mhm.
So let's real fast. So let's just go over
Yeah, that would be
our
good.
our tier list one more time since that was. Wait, no, are you really?
I
okay,
mean, we could, but
just do
we
it.
want to just do it. Let me
It's
just.
apropos. And
I don't know if it'll
it
play the
hurts
audio.
me.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Okay, here we go, guys. Wait, they can't see that, can they? No, it's playing on our end, but can they hear
Oh,
it?
they haven't heard it yet. Are they hearing it? Are they hearing it?
Fact checker, are they hearing that?
I'm delayed.
Let's go back to
No, because you were.
No, it wasn't coming
yeah,
through,
yeah,
Dan.
the audio wasn't coming through.
No.
Oh man.
Well, that you had it on. You didn't have it on publish mode though yet.
Yeah, but that shouldn't matter. Let's try it again though. Let's see if you guys can hear. We can at least
All right.
watch it.
This was one of Dan's favorite shorts to make. 'cause
It
hurt me
was.
so much.
Rest in- smoke. That's just when he says smoke.
News.
Marak
Marak's theories up.
and
Yeah,
smoke.
dude, thank you.
Who is he really? Marak in love with Shin? Is Marak ugly? Ezra the Barris. Galen Merrick would have been cool. Oh,
Ah, this hurt me. That did hurt me.
I
That was
got
the moment I
blasted.
checked out of Star Wars.
That was the moment.
Just joking. No, I did not.
Uh,
Oh,
sorry
Could they
about that.
Could they hear
Dustin.
that? Fact
I don't
checker?
know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Ah,
But they
dang it.
saw we were narrating it, and if you want to go watch some of
Oh,
those
thanks,
shorts.
KG. Dustin's face sniffing the fart cloud. Wow. You got insult to injury. I'm
Oh,
getting roasted
wow.
tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
calling you guys Death Vader.
Death Vader.
I'm joking.
Oh,
Nutch. I call
No,
him
I love
Nutch
that. I
Vader
love that.
based on C-3PO.
Oh.
All right, so the tier list is as follows.
So number one, Super
The-
S.
The worst to the best.
Oh, you want to go? Oh,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Then we don't end on a bad note. We end on the highest of highs.
yeah, that's
We
a good
climb
point.
the mountain
No,
from
I
the
agree with
bottom.
you there. You're absolutely right.
So remember that this is the Titanic down here at the bottom of the ocean, the Acolyte.
Wait, I thought we were climbing a mountain, not the ocean.
Well, this
Start
is
in the
so
ocean.
deep off the mountain. It's in an ocean. It's like
It's resting with Jack.
It's
at
like
the
a
bottom.
volcano. It's Hawaii.
Oh no,
Jack at the bottom. Oh my
Titanic.
goodness.
Oh,
Jack
sorry.
lives. There's a theory out there.
There
No,
is.
shit.
He could have lived. The
could have lived.
the
The myth, but that's.
Mythbusters proved that he could have got on the thing.
Yeah,
with it
that
and
was so
survived.
stupid.
Oh man.
Anyway, all right, so we're at the bottom.
Acolyte is the worst. It belongs at F for us.
Yeah.
E is the blank inside show. That's what could. That was
So
our
they're
hopes
not
and
appearing in
dreams.
this film?
Yeah,
In this
that was
tier list?
no. That's Morocco. the
Why you
smoke.
gotta do that?
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
And then D is Canody. And then we got C minus, I guess, is
Yeah,
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, that's fair.
Mhm.
And because of the Mandalorian, then we got A for Ahsoka coming in at C as well. Did I make that
Fact checker
confusing?
doesn't necessarily agree with
Mhm.
this.
I think it's
Some
a B.
people think it's a B. I think I would put it at a B, but it's tough. It's tough.
They voted though. C.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
B is blank
trusting the
inside.
Gonkers.
Look, it's a C.
Yeah.
You have spoken.
It's straight mid.
Yeah, and then we got nothing at B, but there's room there for something. Star
In
Wars
the
can come
future,
out with a
That's
B.
true. That's
We should
true.
do the animated stuff one of these
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
too.
we should.
I
the
thought we were
animated.
doing all of it.
Oh.
That's what I did this
Oh.
morning.
Do you want to do that real fast? The
Wait,
animated?
no, finish this.
Okay.
No,
sorry.
let's just stick to the. And then Skeleton Crew came in at a solid A minus. Not as good as The Mandalorian as a series, but still
Right.
up there as a fun thing. And that could go to S if they deliver something really good in season 2, like Andor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
I would say Andor season 1 was probably an A, but not higher than Mandalorian. And then Mandalorian season 3 came out, dropped it down. Andor season 2 came out, pushed it up.
Yep, I completely agree with that. And I'd say Skeleton Crew, I think, has one of the best chances to eventually, if they continue the
Yeah,
series,
to
to be an S class.
if they give you
show.
well, they gave you a lightsaber, they gave you maybe a Jedi.
Well, in
Oh, he was a
Mandalorian,
Sith.
we'll have to see how the movie ends it
Yeah.
as well. So
Does that
but-
count though? Does it cross over? Do
yeah,
we just
that's
leave
the
the
challenge.
series?
Gee,
It is. It
uh,
does, but it doesn't. All right, and then Mandalorian is an A, solid A as a series. It's so much fun. That's what
It
brought us all
is.
together.
It really is. It started off the whole Disney. You can't.
Yeah, you can't
and
do
they
Disney.
They didn't miss for so many episodes. I
Mhm.
mean, granted, it wasn't like high
Hi, yeah,
intelligent
right.
writing necessarily. It wasn't dumb, but I just mean it was very action packed. It felt very like
It was
fun,
simple.
serialized.
Yeah, simple,
show, yeah.
fun, but had heart.
Mhm.
It had the Star Wars heart and
It did.
hope.
And the action. I mean, for sure.
And he did the right
The
thing.
comedy. There's comedy. Although the one speech, I
Yeah.
would say, who took that closer to an Andor was actually Miggs Mayfield with that
Mhm.
whole arc.
Good point.
That was
Good point.
closer to an Andor tier right there for the fact. Crazy that a comedian, who
Yeah.
made fun of Star Wars, shows up and delivers an epic scene with that much depth of character. I was like, holy cow.
Mhm.
I mean, that was crazy. And then to top it all off, at the top of the mountain is Andor as a series,
As a series.
in the books.
Yeah.
I think it belongs there as an updated tier list for 2025 because that's all we're getting in 2025 for live action. So I think it's a good list. People seem to be agreeing.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. KG says very fair tier. Although Tim Morgan says lies, deception. Oh, I think she's talking about your
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, how you skewed the poll.
Psh, barely.
Uh-huh.
But
She
I
skewed
I
it.
did it openly. It was
I
fair.
openly skewed the poll.
You guys could have voted
I told
in
you
it.
I was going to skew the poll.
You could have voted in it.
Oh, I did.
Oh, see?
No, I voted D.
Oh. Dang it.
They really need to do a Skeleton Crew season 2. I just
agree.
think because the team, again, it's the team that
Neil.
did it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, the
team that did
team.
Mandalorian worked, and something changed after a while, and it didn't work as well in season 3. But then the team for Skeleton Crew season 1 was really good with John Watts and all his writer friends, and they just knew how to do that. And then same with Andor. Give him another chance. Give him, finish up the series in season 2, like Andor, and then give us a fun time. You can weave in Hondo if you want. I think Skeleton Crew. I'm hoping for Skeleton Crew to maybe overtake Mandalorian. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a real if they actually do it. That's the thing.
Mhm.
I don't know at this point if the numbers
Justify.
unfortunately,
But Andor season 1 numbers weren't that incredible either.
That's true.
And it had a fan base, a growing fan
It
base
did.
of people saying like, "Hey, this is really good." And it had the team of Gilroy sticking up for it. Now will Watts be able to stick up and forward and, with the
But-
new regime or whatever.
I mean, speaking of fans, though, I still see it online, the Acolyte
Yeah.
season 2
Yeah.
request constantly. And I'm sorry for
Why'd you
those
even
that
bring that
enjoyed
up?
it. I am hoping that doesn't go through.
Yeah, I don't think
So
so.
if they do an Acolyte season 2, they need to strip the whole thing, like get rid of
Mhm.
everybody who was involved basically, and bring on like totally new writers,
I
totally
didn't
new
even know
things.
where they would go with it other than
Well,
more
and
of
the-
Khmer.
And the damage
Mhm.
has been done.
Yeah, it really
in-
has.
in a lot of ways. The only way I think they could fix it if they did a Acolyte season 2 is if they go straight into Plagueis.
Yeah.
And then just make it all about Plagueis, and
And
then
Khmer,
basically just
right?
forget
Mhm.
about.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great point. A loud few, says Bismo. It's definitely a few.
It's always
Yeah.
the loudest.
But
Yeah.
again, we respect those opinions. If people have that opinion of it, they liked it, then that's your opinion. We
Yeah,
just
for
disagree.
sure.
But we can still have a conversation about it and have
Yeah.
fun talking
well,
about it.
and you can still have maybe enjoyed parts of season
Right.
1,
Exactly.
but it doesn't mean it's worthy of getting more because of, it does,
Yeah.
I guess there's two sides of that coin.
Mhm.
But like Book of Boba Fett, we enjoyed parts of it, but did we really want a season 2 of Book of Boba Fett? No.
I actually do want to see a Book of Boba
Oh.
Fett season 2 just for Tamora Morrison.
Yeah, to get his
To get his
just desserts.
Yeah, I think if they did a season 2, they're not going to do it the same way. I think they heard if they
Mhm.
did, they'd be the dumbest people ever. And I don't think Tamora Morrison's going to come back unless they
Yeah.
have a even, and they might even do like a passing of the torch in some ways with the
Aw.
Old
Oh,
Tamora
yeah,
Morrison
yeah.
passing it to what's his name? He played Boba Fett, the young Boba
Yeah.
Fett in the Clone Wars, and their relationship was so cool. If you watch that
Yep.
in Star Wars Celebration, it was so cool to see them, and even his
Daniel
daughter,
Logan.
Daniel Logan.
Daniel Logan,
yeah. I'm remiss not remember Daniel.
That's right. I don't even remember
He's
his
a cool
name.
dude. Both of those guys are epic, and
Mhm.
that's more why I want to see it, and I want to see it done more faithful.
And like delete the like speeder bike people. And,
yeah, no,
I
make
don't
it-
mind the girl, the assassin lady. She was
Fennec
fine, but she
Shen.
took over the show a little bit too much for
Yeah.
me. But she's fine. I don't mind her.
She's a
and-
great actress.
Yeah, she's cool. She can
just
physically do what she needs
Yeah.
to do. But
Weird
just-
what they did with her physically.
Right.
Splitting
Yeah,
her in half.
that
but
was kinda
she's still
weird.
alive and taking over.
those ladies, they get stabbed, they get blown apart, and they somehow get put back together.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then take over.
Just like
On the shows.
But
Farripio.
there was more to explore with the different factions of Underworld
Yeah. Oh yeah.
crews or whatever.
You're not wrong. Yeah. And
So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like some people are feeling the same way. KG, I would
Yeah.
take a season 2 of Boba Fett if they corrected some of
Well,
the
season
mistakes
one,
of season
season
1.
two.
Yeah, for sure. Completely agree. Yep,
Wow.
and Daniel Logan, thank you. What was Skylark saying?
well,
they would have to say that season 1 was just Osha's
It's true.
dream.
But then I retract my statement.
yeah.
I'm not sure that it wasn't. It was so confusing
Yeah,
how
I
they
know.
delivered it. I was
It's
like,
like-
was this a flashback, or was this some horrible dream, or was this something she wished happened, or was this a witch's spell, or was this some kind of weird dance, or
She turned me into a newt.
just like Maul? Oh, came back just like Maul. Yeah, kind of like just like Maul, I guess.
Yeah, then kind of.
Kind of. But they left some of it to the imagination.
I am looking forward to the mall
Yeah.
show. I'm
Yeah.
definitely
Mhm.
like Sam Witwer
Yeah, he deserved it.
is my
Mhm.
boy, because that mall
Do you
fight.
just like S names?
Do I?
Sebastian Stan.
I like S names,
Sam.
but it's Witwer.
Well, S. Sam.
S and W's.
Sebastian. I don't know.
He likes S's and W's.
I just
Star
like
Star
Wars.
Wars.
I like Sam Witwer is Star Wars.
He is an SW.
I thought he was gonna
S
be
class.
Maroc. I thought he was gonna be Maroc. I think that would have been so much cooler.
Okay, we
guys.
need
What
another
a
theory
missed-
video.
And
I'm
now
not
we
doing
need-
another theory
Now we
video
need a
about
tier
Maul.
list of our favorite Star Wars actor people or writer people.
Dude,
Who
that guy
belongs
knows
at the
Star
top?
Wars. I'm just saying, Sam Witwer knows his Star Wars probably better than most. He outdid Dave Filoni, even working on the show with him.
Really?
He knows that stuff like the back of his hand. They are unwise to not bring him in more, and I'm glad they're finally realizing that and bringing him in the Maul series, because I think he deserves a series. But he also deserves to be in live action. That's the other thing. I think he's done a bunch of voice actor stuff because he's friends with Matt. Who's the sound engineer guy there?
Yeah, Matt
Lanter.
Wood.
No,
Matthew
Wood. Matt
Wood.
Lanter is the guy who does Anakin's voice. in the
Anakin's
Clone
I was
Wars.
so close.
You were super close.
All right, Dustin, smile.
sorry.
Ready? We're taking a picture of the tier list.
That's your smile.
Perfect. We got it. All right.
Oh, and all the chat now.
And all the chat.
Yeah.
Oops, there's there we go. Okay, we're good. All right, on to the next one. Are you frozen? Oh, you're there.
Where am I?
Oh, you're
Hello?
there. You froze.
Sorry, I didn't realize
You
you were on
looked
the.
rather still.
I was reading the comments. The chat.
Oh, good. Yeah, the chat's
hilarious.
awesome.
So,
Oscar said he worked on Andor too. Matt Wood, I think.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
for sound design and everything like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Matt Wood, he's one of their lead audio engineers there,
Yeah.
and that's why he's friends with Sam Witwer, and that's why he always says Sam Witwer come on and do like a lot of the background
Oh, yeah.
vocals.
That makes
Even in
sense.
Rogue One, he was the guy talking about the T16s it was something I forget what he said specifically. The chat will let me know, of course, but
Yeah.
it was hilarious. It was like the one-off comment the two stormtroopers were making as they were going through. It was funny.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So are you gonna
Oh,
do
my
all the
goodness.
shows now?
Wait, are we doing that now? Do we got the time? Do you guys
No.
want to do animated?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean-
Why don't we save that? Why don't we save that for another time? It is getting a little long. in
Feels
the
like-
I
tooth
am
now.
curious though at how you guys would rate some of the animated. So we should.
I think what we're gonna have to do
I
is
think
next
that's
week
next week.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to
Or
do
something.
the animated shows tier list, and then maybe combine them together
Well, yeah.
to figure out the ultimate
Okay.
Star Wars
Show
show
tier
list.
list.
And let us know, guys. What do you guys agree with this tier list? Do you have any suggestions of where you would change things? I think we know Bismo would. That's totally fair. By the way, I wasn't trying to strike up any old feuds.
I don't know. I don't know.
Strike
It
up the
sounded
band.
Like I
like
said,
a competition to me.
I really hope that I like Ahsoka. At this point, I'm predisposed to like Ahsoka season 2 more, just because of how everything's working.
Nice.
But
And we had the success of Andor. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, so it's-
Exactly.
No, but you're right. To come full circle, it's like your destiny.
it's our destiny.
It might be your I've said
It's
this
been-
before. Your destiny. I've said it before. But it's been a long time
That has
actually.
been a long time. These things. My heart hurts.
It happens.
My squirrel brain hurts.
But
Death-
you didn't even that's the thing.
Darth Vader's coming for me.
You didn't even do it. I did it. So it's like my squirrel brain.
I loved it though. It was so good.
Uh,
I love the fact that people are that passionate though.
Yeah.
I mean, to be that passionate about Darth
Yeah.
Vader's chess piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And the
moron!
fact that there are people out there that are that dumb to think that chess piece would even be around while Vader is still walking the galaxy.
Oh, man.
There's a whole galaxy out there to disgust you, Death Vader.
Death Vader, dude. We got to have him on the show.
We gotta have him on the show.
At least he's passionate. He'd be very entertaining. It'd make really good television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What KG said, you can be politely passionate.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
And
with
they did
that.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah,
Fairly good.
pretty good.
Bismo said, we had an agreement. Lies, deception.
It's so true. hey, Ahsoka season 2 hasn't come out yet. I might change my
Mhm.
tune, man. So
They don't forget, Dustin.
This
Bismo will
contract-
remember.
he will remember.
Because Tamerkin said in the other chat, she's still waiting for the Baby Yoda song.
Oh, that's true. Well, we got Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out.
It's got to come out before the
It's
Mandalorian and
coming out. It'll
Grogu.
come out before the Mandalorian and Grogu. Don't you worry, your pretty little heads.
Lies, deception.
Lies, deception.
Borgullet.
Just kidding.
Maybe we'll use Borgullet on everybody so they forget.
They
Whoa.
forget. Yeah,
Dan's the pilot.
I am the pilot. I am
That's
the
true.
pilot. Oh
You
dear.
haven't done that short yet.
Yeah, we need that one.
Good
That was
old
hilarious.
Bodie the pilot.
Yeah. Speaking
Aw.
of pilots, I think you need to pilot us on out of here
All
because
right.
it is getting late and we have had a lot of fun. And we could hang out with these Gonkers all night, and I
Yeah.
would love to.
Yeah, we could.
But we do need to get the Gonk on out of here. Thank you guys for being us. Thank you for
Wow.
being us.
It's to a whole
Squirrel
new
brains and
level.
all. Thank you for joining us for this members stream. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the ones that keep us doing this, and I just love. They're so funny, dude. Some of these things are hilarious. We're glad that we could continue to grow this community with you guys, and we look forward to being with you guys again next week. Actually, this Friday. Definitely join us this Friday. And like we've said, if you guys have hilarious comments during the stream, we might bring them up. Although we are a little bit more focused for the Star Wars D&D. But if you have something absolutely hilarious that needs to be said, we will say it on the stream. And we'd love to see you guys over there and hopefully enjoy some Star Wars lore of Stay on Target Star Wars lore. It's been a lot of fun. All right.
Well, in the meantime, we'll keep dropping shorts about the watch-alongs. I think that'll keep happening, and then people seem to be liking it. Maybe we'll get some roasty comments for next week.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Star Wars Theory on.
Yeah, maybe he'll come on and maybe he'll roast us.
He has no idea who we are, which is totally fair.
You just never know, man. You just never know.
You never know. You never know.
I mean, we've been squeaking long and loud enough here that somebody might have found us.
We're the loud few.
We're the
ones
loud
perpetuating the acolyte. It's actually us. Acolyte season 2.
Oh no! Shit.
Oh man, no, but
No, that's terrible.
It's true. It's true. It's been fun covering the Andor stuff. So
yeah, it's been great.
It's so good to see it like deliver and people that are excited about it, and like excited to show people that's what
says
cool.
That says the most. I think if you're that so excited about something that you can't help but want to show people, they've done a good job.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, Matt says it here. I think it's a great point. Remember, keep the silica gel consumption to a minimum. Actually, for legal reasons, don't consume it at all.
Yeah.
We do not condone eating any silica.
No.
Okay.
No, we don't. Just kidding.
What just happened? Squirrel.
It was a food on target. It was a non-food on target.
Oh, I see the silica. That went right over my head.
Yeah, they call me Dan Gilroy.
Very
if you watch it back, you'll get more out of it.
Perfect writing there. Oh man,
I'm kidding.
Oscar says Stone and Sky. Yes, Stone and Sky.
That's
for Ferrex,
right.
my brother. All right.
Scone and Sly.
Oh, Stone.
Oh my goodness, Bismo said, I don't know, there were some smaller channels that the Andor crew mentioned. I bet somebody saw something.
I hope they saw one of ours.
And then Tamerkin said, we're a loud few, but we just need the power. Oh man.
Funny thing is, I didn't even actually watch that episode.
So you can't. What?
Dan, so you don't have the full respect.
You can't even.
I didn't even.
You don't get to say it.
I feel like I watched it like other people watching it or something.
Well, you better get on your television.
Because I don't have it. When you guys sing the frequency, I don't know what the frequency actually is. You guys all hit the same kind of range.
So now you're calling us on our pitch.
But I don't know what the music is behind it. Were they just a cappella or was there some kind of drum thing?
It was like
there was something.
Just watch. We're not.
Do I have to watch
Yes,
it? I've come
now
this
you
far.
have
I
to.
don't want to watch it.
Now you have to. It will hurt you.
At least watch a
And
clip
for how much
of
you've
the
hurt
I'll
me
do
tonight,
a watch
you
along
need
of
to-
me watching the
no.
power of many songs.
Oh my god. Now that is good television.
That's good
Oh,
television. No, it's not good television because there's no such thing as actually old television. Is good television.
Oscar says, "Now that was cringe."
We've come full circle.
We've come full
I love it.
circle. Perfect. KG says, "Don't do silica, kids."
Yeah.
Or death sticks.
We've SW'd it.
Oh my goodness.
Star
you guys
Wars
are
and
on
poo
fire.
out of here.
Yeah, let's get the poo out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. All right. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you guys. Catch us this Friday or next week. We're always around, plus shorts coming your way. Have fun. Have a good night. And don't forget to try and always stay. What are you going to say, Dan? What?
I'm not going to say anything. I just lost it. I think the CO2 is a little high here. Plus the humidity's rising, so it's bugging me. You're bugging me, man. You're bugging me.
All right. Speaking of bugging us, we got to bug out. All right. Don't forget to always stay on target. See you guys.